Hi Diva, we're creating a galaxy on the face today. I use my iPad to map out on my bare face as practice because this is a great way to envision and get your hands warm. I have my base on, so this will be eye focus. I forgot to lock the exposure on my camera, so you're going to see it go really blown out, feel really dark, and I am trying to minimize these mistakes, but for the meantime, sorry. To get that pigment to pop, white eye base, but you can also use a liquid or cream white eyeshadow. Using a colorful palette, I picked out a range of purples, but you can use blue, green, whatever you like. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's actually a brush for nails. Great for cut creases and definition. I took a lighter shade to start mapping out where I want those waved lines to go. I lightly stamped beneath the front of my brow, underneath the corner of my eye, under my pupil, lipped the brush, outer corner of my eye, top and bottom. And the lines we draw will be covered later with deeper shades. Watch this video first before trying so you can see the steps ahead of application. Tiny pointed liner brush, continue mapping it out. I'm wrapping a light line and sketching it around the front of my brow and stopping just before the middle of my brow. All of these are going to connect. I started to define those stamped dots as I go and adding more wavy lines, branching it off. Just see how you feel. Feel the art. It looks complicated in the beginning, but when you break it down like this, it becomes more simple. So one at a time, Diva. While doing this, I'm using very light pressure and referencing what I drew on my iPad onto my face as I go. Always follow a reference. I've been face charting my own face on my iPad for years. It's very helpful and it doesn't have to be fancy. You saw in the beginning, I'm literally just scribbles. You get to know your features. Sometimes you see what you want to commit to, what not to. I just love adding as much steps and prep as I can before I beat my face with makeup. And as the most okayest artist, the thing that I know that is super helpful for everyone is to draft, to sketch, and quickly do scribbles and stickmen on notes, scrap paper, back of a receipt, whenever you need to conceptualize. I drew some lines on my temple. I drew a 3, but I made it zesty, and another in the middle of my lid to fill that gap. There was just too much gap for me there. Then stretched that line past the tail of my brow to my temple. Now let's add shadows. Picking up this cutie purple shade and relining the entire thing, but also filling in some of those waves, some of those gaps. Be light-handed. We're not packing in pigment yet. We're just gently massaging those shadows in. And for all those lines we created, we're gonna make those the deepest shade out of everything. It's important that we layer and to be gentle because some of these lines will be blurring them out. A section at a time, deepen those lines and thicken them a little more with the shadows. What I love about creating graphic liner works with shadows is that it's more forgiving than liquid or water activated liners. Like graphic liners, usually they're very crisp, but this one allows you to blur and diffuse. A small blending brush, a size that can fit into those little gaps, start to diffuse some of those lines. Now a deeper purple, reline the entire thing. You can see everything start to come together. This is the easiest part. I love outlining. Don't forget underneath the eyes as well, like underneath those inner and outer corners. Another tip that helps is if you're unsure how these lines will look, take a photo. Taking photos will expose it all. Spaces that need to be filled in, spaces that need to be removed. Your brain will then register all the things you noticed and you get more comfortable each time you do a makeup look, and your brain will know what to do with your features and what to avoid next time. The little blending brush, start diffusing some of those shadows out. I'm not adding purple shadows to all those waves and gaps, but just some, and you'll see why in a minute. Then a tinier brush, more blending. I use a smaller blending brush when I need even more packed pigment or a blend in a very certain area. Tight blending. I'm diffusing and blurring some lines, and others I'm adding more pigment and definition, so it gives a little bit more variation. And again, you can choose which lines you want to blur and which lines you want to sharpen. Then the deepest purple, lining again. Final lining, I promise. Just kidding. And then blending, and then lining, and then blending. You're an artist, you just suffer more. Lining, and then we're blending. Wherever your pigmented heart desires. Meow. The other gaps we didn't fill in, white. I love white shadow. It's probably in 90% of my looks. Gently tippity tapping underneath my pupil, down that entire middle section, and a clean, small brush to diffuse that white. You know the drill. Back and forth, blend and apply, then blend. It creates a nice highlight for the entire graphic liner look. Details. And angled brow brush, white shadow. In those teeny gaps that we missed, I'm lightly stamping and extending it out. Now regular shadow brush, stamping that white in the middle of the lid. If it carries over to the purple, it's okay. It's just white, so you can add the purples back in. For the little stars, dot where you want them to go. My hands are never steady enough, so I always gorilla grip my wrist for support. Now to actually create those stars, draw a cross and pray to Jesus. Just kidding. Draw a cross and then just fill in the sides. Some bottom mascara, optional lashes. Do the same on the other side, but vary it, like it does not have to be symmetrical. I know you ate down, but probably suffered during this. And we done.